I suggest we talk about one of the most famous terms in piano terminology that is slowly beginning to be forgotten, namely touch. As an example, we will take the widely famous main theme from Rachmaninoff's Third Piano Concerto. I will play this brilliant melody. As you may have heard, I played it in a vocal manner, melodious, expressive and coherent. You might say, that was my touch, but what is that, a touch, and how is it reproduced on the piano? As always, I want to point out that we don't play with our fingers, but with our hands and with our ears. The combination of the right movements of completely free hands is what gives us the ability to hear ourselves well, and accordingly to find your touch on the piano. For starts, don't curl your fingers. On the contrary, open your hands more before pressing the keys, and press with the spot on your finger that is closer to the pad, not closer to the fingernail. There are the most nerve endings in our fingers closer to the pads. That's why the sensitivity from touching the keyboard will be maximal. Please don't be afraid to lift your hands before you press the keys, and then your hands fall firmly onto the keys, which helps you to press them deeply. Now look at how freely my hands fall on the first note of D. In doing so, at the very last moment I self-corrected a bit, like a good parachutist does when touching the ground, but I didn't tuck my fingers in. I twisted my right hand a little to the right and my left hand to the left. And it made a beautiful sound. But I didn't stop there. I continued to make arcing motions with my hands, which helped me to transfer freely the weight of my hands, or maybe my whole body, onto the same hands, or what is called the hand positioning. And through the arc into the keyboard and the sound. That helps us to focus on the sound, which is quite difficult without these continuous movements. Then, the same movement brings us to the note F. And so on through the entire melody. So, all you have to do is to learn a few basic physical movements, and in parallel by using them to free yourself, not only physically but also emotionally and psychologically. When you have mastered this trio, you will be able to listen to yourself very attentively, and then you will be able to play with the kind of touch you want, depending on the musical task and the tone in general. Have fun practicing. See you in the next lesson.